1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Macarthur Rams playing Western Sydney Wanderers from Linwood Park this afternoon, round 7 of NPL women's football. Fine sunny afternoon here at Linwood Park. Lights just coming on. Will take effect shortly. Yep, they're happy. Good.
And up, a little bit down. That's it. Is it okay? Is it okay for you?
Good afternoon and happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to Linwood Park for this M7 derby between the Macarthur Rams and Western Sydney Wanderers. There's Stephanie Hilton blowing the whistle to get us underway. Let's have a look at the teams now that play has started for the hometown Rams. They're trying to recover from the Easter coma with a team that looks like this. Captain and number 3, Chantel Maniti, 9, Tia Machensky, 10, Sakura Najima, 13, Libby Morris, 22, Hallie Callow, 24, Abby Puckett, 25, Claire Corbett, 27, Charlotte Hampshire, 29, Liana Luong, and 33, Lana El Cordy. Starting keeper is number 20, Isabella Quelho. Reserve keeper number 41, Abigail Inman, along with 12, Matilda Diaz-Wadowitz, 14, Jayla Leon Wing, 19, Madison Swatridge, 30, Janaya Barudi, and 38, Gabriella White. For Western Sydney Wanderers, they're playing in their away white kit this afternoon. As we see the first shot come in on goal this afternoon. They line up this way. Starting keeper number 20, Jasmine Silva. 3, Gemma Ferris. 5, Chelsea Barton. 11, Miriam Zamaya. 13, Talia Capitanellis. 14, Alvina Koshaba. 16, Annika Stajic. 17, Amelia Kassar. 19, Sienna Arate. 23, the captain, Maya Lobo. And 33, Amy Barker. Reserve keeper number 99, Annabelle Kroll, along with 8, Estella Cameron. 15, Angelina Scamadella. 21, Olivia Vanderlaan. 29, Nikita Fazari. And 32, Brooklyn Hudson. It's Macarthur in their traditional home kit of maroon and grey. There's a chance for Michinski, who's been brought down. Stephanie Hilton says play on, no foul. Michinski looking for the whistle there. Macarthur in their traditional home kit of predominantly maroon with the grey stripes. Wanderers in their alternate kit, the white, predominantly white shirts with the red shorts and white socks. Macarthur running right to left as we look at it in the opening 45 minutes here at Linwood Park. It's been a beautiful Easter weekend in southwestern Sydney. Temperature in the high 20s, a little on the warm side if anything, heading into this Easter Monday clash, round 7 of the season. And this M7 derby, they'll be hoping to take the chocolates home, Macarthur, after a disappointing result last week, while for the Wanderers it was a case of so near yet so far with a 3-3 draw with UNSW. Last weekend in our match of the round at Wanderers Football Park. As you enjoy your Easter weekend coming to a close, you can sit back and enjoy this. I'm Mike Sheen. Great to have your company this afternoon from Linwood Park. Conditions absolutely ideal for football. Temperature, let's have a look. What is the temperature right now? Sitting at 23 degrees, so absolutely gorgeous for football in southwestern Sydney. Only a short trip down the motorway for the Wanderers. And several of these players in the red and black will be familiar with this complex and this field, having spent several years here in Macarthur Rams colours. The likes of Chelsea Barton, Maya Lobo, Angelina Scamadella, to name a couple. All former Rams players not that long ago. Now, Luong not able to keep that one in on the broadcast side, on the western side of the ground. I can tell you around the grounds, full time at Peter Moore Field, and UNSW franking that form from last weekend with a 3-2 victory over Sydney Olympic earlier this afternoon, and with 10 to go at Cromer Park, Manly in control of their match with Spirit FC. It's Manly 4, Spirit 0. That's after 80 minutes. We've had a couple of minutes in the other 5 o'clock match at Popondetta Park. Mount Druitt taking on Sydney Uni. No score in that one. As I say, only a couple of minutes on the board there. We've had a couple of minutes longer. First corner of the day goes the way of Macarthur. So only a couple of minutes played at Popondetta Park. Early stages there. Our match of the round is actually later tonight at 6:30. It's Apia taking on Newcastle Jets from Lambert Park. Nicola Posner behind the microphone for that one. You've got Paletti calling the game from Popondetta Park as we see the corner come in from Macarthur, but easily dealt with. And Kostajic dropping back. Maya Lobo clears away only as far as Hallie Callow. Now Najima. Corbett in the middle. Just can't get through to her though. Good tackle from Koshaba, former Institute player, now in the Wanderers colours. One intended for Libby Morris. The Wanderers able to intercept and see it away for a throw. Letty calling the game at Popondetta Park between Mount Druitt Town Rangers and Sydney University. Mel Muskets at Christie Park for the match between Gladesville Ravens and Northern Tigers. That one kicking off only a few minutes ago. We'll keep you up to date with the three games kicking off at or around 5 p.m. including our one here, Najima. Swings right-hand side, right idea. Trailing through was Morris, got half a touch on it, just couldn't control it. Amy Barker for the Wanderers, down the left-hand side. The idea was right, but Lana El Cordy read that one nicely. Najima. Callow, tight on the eastern touchline on the right-hand side. Back to Lobo and Gemma Ferris. Chelsea Barton. There's Amelia Cassar making the run down the right. Now Lobo wearing the armband this afternoon as captain. Long ball down the left-hand side, worked into the box. Quelho could only get a hand on it, but parried it away. Now it's with Taya Michinski. Najima, nice ball. Morris. She wants to go left-hand side now. She will. There's Corbett. Dynamic Claire Corbett. Morris. Now it's Abby Puckett. Back to Chanel Maniti wearing the armband for Macarthur as captain. Hear the thud as it crashed into Chelsea Barton there. Macarthur applying some pressure early. Morris swings it to the back post. It just wouldn't sit for Hallie Callow. Just needed the user-friendly roll. And it wouldn't sit for her there. Great opportunity. The ball in was a great one from Morris, but Callow just didn't get the room service delivery she was after. And the Wanderers were able to clear. Zamaya. Now through midfield. Barker. Out to the left-hand side. Kashaba. It's Capitanellis winning the throw in front of El Cordy. Now, MacArthur trying to apply the pressure. Certainly pressing hard early on the Rams. Looking to bounce back after that horror performance last Saturday night at North Turramurra. 6-1. Lost to Northern Tigers. They'll be hoping to reproduce the form they had 2 weeks ago here at Linwood. A thrilling 4-3 win over the Newcastle Jets. If they can reproduce that form, they'll certainly go a long way towards winning this one tonight. Wanderers in reasonable form. Haven't set the world on fire in their debut season. MacArthur having to clear their lines there. The ball into the box was nice, but MacArthur had several maroon shirts back. Now Claire Corbett. I said she was dynamic. She's going to take on the Wanderers midfield here. Nobody wants to come to her. Trying to draw the defender. Drew in Kashaba in the end. And Kashaba outsmarting the teenager Barker. Now they centre it, Western Sydney. Good tackle coming through from Charlotte Hampshire, playing at centre-back alongside the skipper Maniti tonight. A couple of good runs. Corbett, Najima. Lifts it over the top, but easily taken by Jasmine Silver at the back. Silver getting another start this week. That's in a positive sense, with Amy Hall getting a start in the A-League women's lineup. Played yesterday against, I think it was Melbourne City at Parramatta. Not getting the win, however, ending the Wanderers season, at least in the A-League. The A-League's women campaign has come to an end. Several A-League's women players dropping back for both Wanderers and Macarthur in the coming weeks. Once the transfer window opens, it'll be interesting to see who ends up where on the merry-go-round. I think that opens next weekend from memory. Be fascinating to see who ends up both at Wanderers Park and here at Linwood. Several A-League's players, no doubt, will return to both clubs. That one just goes out inside the corner flag. We've had nearly 12 minutes in the first half. Been a fairly even start so far. Neither side giving away too much early on. Wanderers wanted the foul. They'll get the throw on the far side. Capitanellis. Pocket picked there of Sienna Arate. Into the box, over and out. Idea was right, but that was always to the near side. Lights slowly taking effect here at Linwood in that natural twilight sort of period. Not quite fully dark enough for the lights to have full effect, but the natural light still strong enough to make seeing quite easy. Chelsea Barton trying to sell the dummy there, but throw was always going the way of Macarthur. Corbett touches round the corner. Now Machinsky had Najima inside. I think that was the intended target, but just not quite executed how she would have liked. Corbett, the one touch again, looking for Sakura Najima. And a sloppy ball out from Jasmine Silva. There's a chance for Corbett from 25. Didn't mind the look of that. First real shot in anger from the home side. Easy take for Jasmine Silva at the back. Her blushes spared on that occasion. Najima wins out. Corbett. Michenski. He's building nicely here, Macarthur. Looking sharp early on. Michenski. A fumble there. Ball still there to be won. Nice shepherd from Koshaba, ensuring it didn't develop into anything more than an easy claim at the back. Down the right-hand side of the Macarthur defence, Barker. Capitanellis takes on Corbett. The experience of Talia Capitanellis wins out. Now it's Cassar, right-hand side of centre. Out wide, looking for Zamaya. She was second to that ball. Machinsky on the 1-2. Najima touches on nicely, picks out Luong. Liana Luong. Zamaya for company there. She'll win the throw left-hand side. Machinsky. Referee says no foul play on. Well, I'm very surprised. I thought that was a clear foul there, but the referee, Stephanie Hilton, ruling otherwise. Morris gets a head in. She win it back. She'll do enough here, Libby Morris. Nice piece of play from the former Institute midfielder, now playing in Rams colours for a second season. Maniti. Hampshire. Wide to the left. Machinsky. Little hook ball for Luong down the line. Chelsea Barton drops in. Sakura Najima inside the box. Shot across the face of goal to the back post, and it finds side netting. Great opportunity for Macarthur there. Built up nicely down the left. The ball in from Najima was exquisite. It just needed a player at the back post. And it was just a fraction too late. Hallie Callow was the one flashing in at the back post, but couldn't get there in time. Machinsky takes on Barton. In fact, it's Ferris. Najima pulls the trigger, and that's up and over. Probably wanted a bit better out of that little opportunity there, Macarthur. It is full time at Cromer Park. Manly 5, Spirit 0. A big win for Manly United on home turf at Cromer Park. 5-0 the scoreline there. We did have the one game on Saturday afternoon, which was Bulls FC Academy 3, Illawarra Stingrays 3. That was a cracking game with Annabelle Banfield calling that on Saturday. I can also tell you at Christie Park, the Arctic Circle in operation, but it's not the customary Spirit playing at home. It's Gladesville Ravens taking on Northern Tigers. All three games around the 15-minute mark, and no score at any of those. Wanderers trying to do something about that. Chelsea Barton. Hampshire got out of jail there. Maniti getting back to help out her partner in crime at the back. Amy Barker slides it forward. Capitan Ellis didn't get the bounce she wanted there. Wanted that to sit first time, and it wouldn't do so. Just not getting the connection she wanted on that. Just not getting the purchase she was hoping for on that occasion. Now Tay Machinsky on the left-hand side. Centres it, looking for Libby Morris, trailing through. I'll get it back here through Machinsky now. Najima. Looking for Callow on the left. Couldn't find her there. There's a chance for Western Sydney, a golden opportunity for Annika Stajic, but she just pushes it to the left. That was a golden chance there. She'd drawn the keeper out, but just a fraction off target there. Chance Callow thundering through down the right-hand side. Machinsky in the middle. Swings it in. Taya Machinsky, 1-0 Macarthur. The PA suggests to get loud, and if you're a Rams fan, you will on the back of that. That was beautiful from the home side. They lead at 1-0 through 20 minutes. And what a lovely piece of play. Callow. Michinski only had to tap it home, and she did to open the account. The run from Callow down the right-hand side deserves a lot of credit. I know Michinski gets the goal, but that was a lovely piece of play from Callow down the right-hand side. And Macarthur take the lead on 20 minutes. So, Macarthur now leading 1-0. Western Sydney Wanderers, the job in front of them. Ferris and Barton. Hampshire. Under pressure from Stajic. Maniti. Quelho finds Najima, heaves it long down the right-hand side. Callow puts the ears back. Kashaba getting back in time. Sees it away. That little threat averted, at least for the moment. Morris is trying to touch it on for Callow. Made the lung buster down the right. Free kick going the way of Western Sydney. On my count, that's the first foul of the afternoon. After nearly 22 minutes. Jimmy Ferris. Plenty of experience at the back for Western Sydney with Lobo, Ferris and Barton among the back four. Zamaya, the young gun. Hampshire control it how she wanted. I think she was looking for Michinski on the left. That was far too heavy. Zamaya, what can she do? She wanted to pick out Amelia Cassar. That's her on the ball now. Nice ball for Zumaya. Takes on Luong. Centrally. On the turn, an easy take. Stajic wheeling around on the left. There's an easy claim for Quello at the back. Straight at the keeper. Give her a good boost of confidence. Now Michinski just a little heavy. Might have taken a touch off Western Sydney. Gemma Ferris getting back. Now the run coming from Barker, but Maniti dropping back. Pressure coming on Gemma Ferris. Chancy for Western Sydney down the right for Amelia Cassar. Barker slides it wide to Koshaba on the left. Into the area, bouncing around. Quelho happily takes that one for the home side. Hampshire. Long for Michinski. Taking on Barton. Puckett steals that one for Macarthur. Michinski watches Najima and Puckett. Now Callow. Albert making the run upfield. Maya Lobo dropping back to claimed that one easily. Been a very even affair, this one. Both sides very youthful lineups. Puckett. Good deflection off Koshaba. Midway through the first half, past the midway point, we've played 25 minutes. Macarthur 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. Morris, Hampshire. Wide for Luong. Sit forward for Machinsky. Back to Luong. Left edge of the box. Nadir was right, looking for Najima. Hampshire with the height advantage at centre back. Luong cutting through a couple. Najima. She want a shot? No, she'll play on to Luong. Flag goes up. Offside against Macarthur. Flag of the afternoon going against the home side. They won't mind that. We've had a goal at Popondetta Park going the way of the home side. Around the grounds, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 1, Sydney University 0. And at Christie Park, it's Gladesville Ravens 0, Northern Tigers 0. Hampshire going for a run. Morris looking for Najima. Certainly pressing hard, Sakura Najima and the Rams. Nice idea looking for Stajic on the left side. Just wouldn't sit for her. The new lanky centre back by the looks of it in Charlotte Hampshire at Macarthur. McComiskey has made the trip up the motorway to join the A-League's team. She was the tall defender. Plying her trade now at Rooty Hill. Interesting to see who she ends up going to, whether she stays with the Wanderers or heads to somewhere else. Morris, Najima, Kuczynski, Corbett. That turn of foot, Claire Corbett. Not sure what she was trying to do there. Hallie Callow was at the back trying to cut through, but that was an optimistic ball at best, if that was the aim. Almost half an hour gone here at Linwood. Corbett. Back to Hampshire. Looked rather composed so far this afternoon, Macarthur. Western Sydney trying to test them, but haven't really had many chances. Certainly the territory has been in Macarthur's favour. Possession probably fairly even overall. Chance for Macarthur now. Corbett. Morris. Now it's Machinsky. There's Puckett making the run now. Callow. Morris. She wants to get on the left there. Couldn't do so. Corbett. Puckett. Back to the skipper in Maniti. Centre backs combining well. For Macarthur. Likewise for Western Sydney. Jasmine Silva controlling that one from the back. stoppage here. I think the ball might be the issue. The ball might be a little bit flat, so Stephanie Hilton calling for another one. Second start of the year for Jasmine Silver, the Wanderers keeper. In the lineup every week, but only the 2 starts. Meanwhile, here's a chance for Stajic. Cuts onto the right. Gets around Luong. Centres that ball in nicely. Easily taken by Isabella Coelho. Talia Capetinellis with a not very strong header on target. Easily dealt with at the back. Barton. Zamaya. Barton made the run. Hampshire in the road. Zamaya Lobo. Macarthur's had several players named in representative sides, both the futsal and under-17 national teams. So congratulations to all those players selected. Certainly several from the Wanderers as well. Barton. Zamaya. Nice combination down the right-hand side. Zamaya. She got in her little bag of tricks. She'll put it on the left. That was always destined for back fences and car parks and the like. Always had far too much on it. Around the grounds, half an hour gone at Popondetta. It's still Mount Druitt Town Rangers 1, Sydney University 0. And at Christie Park Circle, no doubt living up to its reputation. Gladesville 0, Northern Tigers 0. Here it's Macarthur 1, Wanderers 0. Tame Machinsky on 20 minutes with the lone goal so far. There she is on cue, speaking of which. Lifts it over the top Corbett. Not able to get even in the neighbourhood of that one. Barton. It's out Cassar. Ferris under a little bit of pressure. They've been pushing hard here, Macarthur, this afternoon. Made a point of really attacking with their defence. Cassar. Capetinellis, left-hand side. Where's she going to go? No, in fact, that's Amy Barker. Now they'll swing it in here. No, they won't. Macarthur able to shut it down before it even got to the cross into the box. Good defending there, shutting down any opportunity that was presenting. Victoria Guzman, the Rams coach, setting the bench to warm up after around 35 minutes. Corbett. Players going down the right-hand side, calling for it forward. Appealing for offside, Western Sydney. Cordy made the run. The flag stayed down. Cordy get the ball in. Good defence from Western Sydney, shutting down the players that attempted to start. Callow. So taking a deflection. It has, out for a corner. Second one of the day, both of them for the home side. Into the area, Callow goes down. Rams fans want a penalty, nothing doing. Shot over the top. Over and out. Wong, Hampshire, Najima. Looking for an option there, Morris. Hampshire trying to work something down the left. Now it's Luong, and up against the touchline. Sydney certainly limiting the options forward for the Macarthur Rams. Very even affair, this one tonight. My count, still only the one foul after 36 minutes. Been good, hard, tough football, but played within the rules. That makes the referee's job much easier when the players aren't committing fouls regularly. Stajic working it forward for Western Sydney. Capitanellis swings it in, looking for Stajic, but Hampshire combining, and they'll get out of jail there. Western Sydney getting the last touch. Hampshire, the only player for Macarthur on my count anyway, who's played every minute this season through 6 games. A couple have started every week. Good tackle there from Hampshire, as if on cue. Najima. Corbett making the run. Ferris covered that one easily. Wanderers throw on the far side. Good crowd in here at Linwood Park for Wanderers and Macarthur. Good crowd for Easter Monday evening. As I said earlier, it's only a short trip down the motorway from Rudy Hill to the Macarthur, so not a long drive for the supporters of Wanderers fans. As a result, a healthy crowd for an Easter Monday evening. School's still on holiday, so another week. Great way to get the kids out for an hour or two on a Monday. Take them out to watch the NPL. Assar. Zamaya, what a finish. Miriam Zamaya, bottom corner. That was beautiful. That was a lovely finish from Miriam Zamaya. We knew she had the talent. That is her putting it on display. Western Sydney strike back. Macarthur 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. We've had 39 minutes. That was a beautiful finish, just executed to perfection. Picked out the bottom corner, and there was nothing that could be done there. Now, we do have a Macarthur player down. Looks like everyone's going to head to the sideline for a refreshment break, unscheduled as it is. Just trying to work out who the player is that's down for Macarthur. Got a feeling it could be, I say could be, Sakura Najima. In fact, it's the captain, Chanel Maniti. Certainly a spot of bother there in the hands of the trainer. They're doing the weight test on the ankles and the feet. Very ginger on that left leg as well. Noticeable that she's struggling on that left leg. A lot of trouble putting weight through it. Hopefully nothing too serious for Chantel Maniti. They've had their little drink break. We've got goals all around the place. Druitt Town Rangers now leading Sydney University 2-0. And Gladesville have opened their account against Northern Tigers, leading 1-0. All three games around the 40-minute mark. So about 5 minutes to half-time across the board. Here it's Macarthur 1, Western Sydney 1. Looks like Maniti's been given the all clear to resume. We'll get back underway now. Maniti seems to be okay after that knock. One ball forward from Sakura Najima, but Jasmine Silva retrieves that one against the line. Now Amy Barker. She's been impressive in the last few weeks, Amy Barker. Good run coming from Talia Capitanellis, the former university player, making a good run down the right-hand side of the Macarthur defence. Ball tried to work it into the area. Libby Morris combining with Maniti to see it away. Najima takes on Maya Lobo. Defender wins out in the end. Kimma Ferris decides to go for a bit of a run herself. Picks out the goal scorer in Zamaya. Taya Michinski picking the pocket. Maniti settles it down for Macarthur. Forbett. Trying to get past Cassar. Gets it forward to Libby Morris. What have they got doing here, Macarthur? Not many bodies forward, so I'll have to reload through Claire Corbett. Looking to recycle here, Macarthur. Corbett. Najima. Callow on the right-hand side. Swings it in, but that was always heading over and out. Floodlights taking full effect here at Linwood Park. It's Koshaba down the left-hand side. Stajic wins the foul. Sina Arate wanted to go quickly, but Stephanie Hilton wasn't having a bar of it. So the youngster settles over the ball. It's part of 40 metres from goal. It'll take a mighty effort to put it in from here. Easy job with Boyle Cordy at the back. Corbett. Jensky making the run. She'll get there in the end. Nice back heel for Najima. Runs it through, looking for Callow on the right-hand side. Shaba had number one position for that. Barton. Zamaya wanted the ball. Kassar just couldn't pick her out. Barker using the body. Thought she might have done enough to win the foul there from Puckett. Free Hilton in great position, said no deal. Now Lobo. Ball into the box, that one onto the roof of the net. Took him to 45 minutes, so added time now, first half. Two nice goals in the opening 45, one apiece. Taya Michinski with a tap in from 2 metres on 20 minutes, and then Miriam with a lovely finish to the bottom corner. It's our 1-1 scoreline. Ferris. Lobo. Sabaya works it inside. It's heavily marked. Corbett feeds it forward. Jima just couldn't get there, and Ferris had enough time and space to get back for Western Sydney. Zamaya down the right-hand side. Just to check up. Bit of a tussle with Liana Luong. 90 seconds of added time in the first half. Kassar. Hampshire does well to see it at least out of the 18-yard box. Zamaya. We're just pinballing around there. Smart play from Taya Michinski to work it off the legs of Zamaya for the throw. Nearly 2 minutes of added time gone. It's Arate and Hampshire at the back. Sends it out to Callow. Barker. Defence has certainly been the key tonight. That one collects Stephanie Hilton. She won't get a stat for that. Arate rather frustrated with the outcome. They get the uncontested drop ball. Arate. Barker. And the Macarthur defence. Everyone behind the ball. Michinski. Now Corbett. Through midfield. Can go left and right. She wants left. That's Michinski. Jima's coming through the middle. Callow at the back. Michinski tried to curl that one, but that was an outswinger instead of an inswinger. That one swung to the outside nicely. Not what she was looking for as Stephanie Hilton blows the whistle for half-time. That is the break here at Linwood Park. And at half-time, it's Macarthur Rams 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 1. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half. This interesting round 7 affair. Welcome back to Linwood Park. There's the whistle to get the second half underway. Western Sydney Wanderers, no, not quite ready. Looks like Stephanie Hilton was ready, but the Macarthur players a little bit tardy out of the rooms. And I don't think they're too happy about the football either, so looks like we might change that. Nice pass from Stephanie Hilton towards the eastern touchline. Might try that again, I think. To your half-time around the grounds. Mount Druitt Town Rangers 2, Sydney University 0, Gladesville Ravens 1, Northern Tigers 0. Take 2, we're away here at Linwood Park. Mike Shane with you once again. Now, Cassar working forward. Finds Amy Barker. Jima wins that one easily. Hello, making the run forward. She'll go out to her on the right. Maya Lobo denies entry to the 18-yard box. Just having a look at the live ladder as we take it at half-time. Macarthur, with this result of 1-1, would climb to 7 points. Wanderers would go to 11. They would actually stay where they are, currently in 7th position. They would not climb the ladder on goal difference. Macarthur would remain in 9th on 7 points. And Druitt would certainly climb the ladder. They'd be 2nd on my count. Manly would drop down to 3rd after their big 5-0 win earlier this afternoon. Heavy collision there between Chelsea Barton and Liana Luong. Looks like no damage done. In fact, it will be a free kick to Macarthur. I make it their first one of the day. As I said in the first half, there's only been, well, I count 3 fouls. Game's been a very easy affair for referee Stephanie Hilton. So yes, Gladesville 1-0. They would jump up to 7 points, a big climb for them. We do still have a game in hand with Apia taking on Newcastle Jets. That one still 15 minutes away from kicking off at Lambert Park. A win for Apia would hoist them possibly as high as 3rd on the ladder, while a win for the Jets would lift them up level with Macarthur. They'd go on to 7 points with a win from that match. As I said, they're still about 15 minutes away from kickoff at Lambert, so wait and see. Try and keep you posted on that one. The other 2 matches back underway, as I said, early stages, second half in both of them. No change to the scores. Mount Druitt 2, Sydney University 0. A flag for offside against Macarthur. Gladesville 1, Northern Tigers 0. Earlier today it was University of New South Wales 3-2 over Sydney Olympic. Olympic having a tough season, anchored to the bottom of the table. Newcastle only needs a result tonight to climb off the bottom. Free kick going the way of Wanderers. Certainly the haves and the have-nots on the ladder at the moment. Top 7 or 8 only separated by about 5 points. The bottom 5 or 6 only separated by a couple of points as well, but a long way back from those at the top. A very even competition. The likes of Newcastle recording a win only Olympic yet to win a game. Illawarra and Manly and Northern Tigers unbeaten so far, although Northern trails early in the second half, so could be a blip on that radar in the next 45 minutes or so. Macarthur looking for win number 3 of the season. Wanderers number 4. Sitting in that mid-table logjam. Empty. Morris. Sending it forward, only picks out Chelsea Barton, who's in the Wanderers' colours tonight. Morris. Empty. Low ball for Machinsky, works it forward, pokes it in the direction of Sakura Najima! Over the bar. Always had a bit too much on it from Sakura Najima, trying to chip Jasmine Silva with a nice piece of play from a good 30 metres out, but that one always rising and over the bar. So it remains 1-1. In the stages of the second half, we've had about 5 minutes in the second period. Mike Sheen with you this evening. Great to have your company wherever you are. Whether you're watching this one live through the Football New South Wales YouTube channel or on demand. Don't forget the latest edition of Kickoff, the Football New South Wales podcast. Teo Pellizzeri and Annabelle Banfield discuss all the latest goings on from around the world of Football New South Wales. Always worth a listen, that latest episode. That one has dropped. Barker trying to get a shot away. Feeds it forward, gets it back on the 1-2, but Maniti shuts it down now. Hampshire drives it away. Across the line up near the Wanderers dugout. So a good gain of about 30 or 40 metres there for Macarthur, but Western Sydney coming back. Shot from the edge of the box is up and over. So it's been very much a defensive orientated match, neither side giving away too much. Chances have been few and far between tonight. Hopefully a few more coming in the second half. Speaking of which, Claire Corbett trying to create one there for the Rams, but Chelsea Barton shutting that down. Puckett, Hampshire, need to play it quickly. Morris and Najima getting their wires crossed there. Maya Lobo coming through. Hampshire's been really good at the back tonight. She's had a big game. Central defender. Now, Machinsky down the left. Najima making the run. Callow on the back pocket. Trying to cut through the inside. Past Kashaba. Gives away the foul. Just trying to find her way through on that backside of Kashaba. Barton. Getting through. Stajic down the left. In fact, that's Kassar winning the throw far side. Mild evening here at Linwood Park. Floodlights taking full effect. Shot into the box. Across the face and out. Won't even go out for a goal kick. It'll be a throw. Did I see a little bit of lightning there in the background? Imagine that, or was that a little bit of lightning there? Might have an extended... Keep watch on that. Najima down the western touch line. Slides it inside, looking for Callow. Finds her. Now Michinski. Corbett, offside. Unlucky there. Nice run there from Claire Corbett down the right-hand side. Thought she'd beaten the trap, but not to be. Flag going up from Lorcan, Edwards, Villalta. On this near side, Luke Chapman on the far touchline tonight. Stephanie Hilton, our referee this evening. It's our official trio. Corbett. Having a look. Reload here. Morris. Lays it off for Najima. Callow. Oh, good save, Silva. Second effort is away to the right. Good effort there from Macarthur. Hallie Callow with the double effort. Jasmine Silva making the save. Had to get to her left-hand side quickly. Callow sneaking down that short side. Gordy. Can't win it back from Capetinellas, who swings it to the far side. Hampshire dropping back. Arate. Najima wins that one in midfield, getting the arm pull, and there's the free kick. Clear foul there. The home fans wanting a yellow card, and there it is. Arate goes into the book. First player into referee Hilton's notebook. Coming 11 minutes into the second half. Charlotte Hampshire. On the left-hand side. Not the way she wanted it to end up, but she'll take it anyway. Now the shot comes in, and that was always rising away to the right-hand side. Not a bad effort, but away to the right. Western Sydney having to play out from the back, under pressure. Kassar, dispossessed. Ball inside for Taya Muchinski on the edge of the 18. Easily covered by Silva. She's been solid tonight, Jasmine Silva. Lobo. Trying to pick out Stajic, but Hampshire getting in the way. Najima. Muchinski trying to work the body there. Chelsea Barton comes away with it. Corbett able to pick the pocket, but Arate cleans up. Capetinellas under pressure on the left-hand side. Maniti, Elcordi. Capetinellas, a little bit of a tangle of feet there. Kassar. To Lobo. Some definite lightning off on the far side of the ground. I thought I was saying things, but really I'm not. Keep an eye on that. And an ear. The mascots on the touchline getting rather excited by that. Free kick going the way of Macarthur, and the home fans certainly appreciating that. straight into referee Hilton. She's got 2 touches tonight. Both of them being quite solid, but they don't count on the stat sheet or in the book anywhere, so it should be a Macarthur drop ball here, an uncontested drop ball. Wanderers players trying to, well, they were protesting, but maybe just applying some pressure in defence. Well, ho. Hasn't had a lot to do so far tonight. Puckett looking for Morris. Puckett wins it back nicely. Good piece of play. Has Callow pushing forward. Lifts it over the top to the left-hand side, trying to pick out Teo Michinski. Chelsea Barton got back in time. Silva just getting the kick away under pressure. Puckett. Like that one over. Get a bit of help here from Ali Callow. Now Western Sydney trying to fashion something down the right-hand side. Into the 18-yard box. Libby Morris does well to see it away. In fact, that was Abby Puckett for defending. Now a chance for Macarthur. Callow down the right-hand side. Chips the keeper and over the bar. Right idea. Didn't have time to really steady. She had a player on her outside marking her in the form of Alvina Koshaba. So she had to take the one-time shot, and that was not far away from going in. Now it looks like Western Sydney are going to the bench. They're the first ones to make the move. I can see Talia Capetinellis heading off. And it looks like it might be Miriam Zamaya as well. Pick up the new players in a moment. One of them's Estella Cameron, the other one's Nikita Fazzari. Both coming on 62 minutes. About half an hour for those two. See if they can make a difference in this one. Macarthur yet to go to the bench. Recently, Victoria Guzman very reluctant to go to the bench. She'll name her starting 11 and has a habit of sticking with them. Bodies down everywhere. Barker wins the free kick. And the groans from the crowd. Barker went to ground but bounced straight back up. She's on the ball now, Amy Barker. Wide on the right-hand side is Fazzari. Goes down. Gets the whistle on that occasion. Another easy decision for Stephanie Hilton. Around the hour mark, around the grounds. Still Mount Druitt Town Rangers 2, Sydney University 0, Gladesville Ravens 1, Northern Tigers 0. We're approaching kickoff at Lambert Park. Apia Leichhardt and Newcastle, our match of the round. Due to kick off any moment. So we're just about to start in that one. Gordy with the throw. Callow. She win the foul? No. Pushes it forward. Lobo drives it out. Trying to lift the home side here at Linwood Park. As I said, a very good crowd for an Easter Monday evening. Callow. Fazzari. Find some open space, Nikita Fazzari. They won't want to give her too much room. Now Koshaba. It's out from Hilmaniti. Little turn there from El Cordy. It's past a couple, keeps it going now. Callow swings it infield. Corbett, nice ball to the right-hand side, El Cordy. Get past Gemma Ferris. In fact, El Cordy wins that one, comes out on top. Callow tried to put it in the direction of Najima. A little bit scrappy this one. Last 5 or 10 minutes. The team's probably struggling a little bit. 25 to go. 1-1 the scoreline. Hampshire pushing forward. The view was right. Just couldn't get on to Callow. Najima on the left. Measures it. Corpet into the area. Great ball to the back post. Machensky had a first go. Missed it altogether. Recycled. Shot from outside. Silva gets down to stop the Libby Morris shot. Looks like Najima picked up a knock, but she's okay. She's back to her feet. Cordy. Is still pressing hard. Well, outside her area. The referee says it's a Wanderers throw on the far side. And Western Sydney with a shot from a long way out. Easily taken at head height by Quello. A few saves she's had to make. Morris and Corbett. Najima for Macarthur, back to Corbett. Dancing her way through. Morris. More physical. Bit of a tussle there with Chelsea Barton, and she wins the free kick. Chelsea Barton not backward in coming forward. The defender, especially here at Linwood tonight, she'd want to make a showing against her former club. These two certainly shoulder to shoulder. No big pardons there from Morris or Barton. An 80. Doesn't have a lot to work with. Puckett, left-hand side now. All over the top looking for Najima. Najima nearly got there, goes down. Silva couldn't save it. Najima stayed down. Meanwhile, Barker over halfway. Up wide for Fazari on the left. Cordy in a tussle with Fazari on the western touch line. Fazari wins out in the end. It'll be a Wanderers throw. Najima back on her feet, but certainly nowhere near 100%. Shaba. It's Cameron. Barton. Najima certainly struggling to get back on side here. She's still 10 or 15 metres short of the centre circle and certainly not at full fitness. One headed away by Lana El Cordy for a corner. First one of the night for Western Sydney coming on 70 minutes. First set piece for Western Sydney from the right-hand side. Into the area, Hampshire tried to head it away, ball still there. Eventually Hampshire gets a head on it and the shot goes away to the left-hand side. the shot might have come from Fazzari, but it was always away to the left-hand side and never threatening the goal. Puckett. 40. In on this western touchline, Macarthur. Let's get it upfield if they can. Maybe Morris tried to do something about that. Puckett swings it to Corbett in midfield. Gets it past Cameron. Machinsky. Silva has to come a long way out to clear that away. Morris. Callow right-hand side. Machinsky. In fact, that's Najima. Still going Najima. Tried to feed Corbett. Barker. That's Cassar. The area easily claimed by Quelho. Don't forget the team of the week will be announced early next week. Your favourite players get into this team of the week. Keep your eyes on the NPL New South Wales social media channels for all the information. Women's team, they have a short turnaround with matches on Sunday. Corbett tried to hack that away. Fazzari, flag stays down. Referee says goal will stand. Wanderers take the lead. Nikita Fazzari putting the Wanderers in front. It was scrappy, wasn't very attractive, but it counts all the same. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Macarthur Rams 1 in 73 minutes. Certainly won't go down as a classic or a stylish goal, but the scoreboard doesn't say how, just how many, and the Wanderers lead at 2-1. 18 minutes remaining. Got an early goal at Lambert Park, and it's gone the way of the visitors. Newcastle leading Apia 1-0 after 5 minutes. So the Jets have been in good form this year. They've been very dangerous team to take on, and we saw them here go down 4-3 to Macarthur a few weeks ago. That was a fascinating game, and they probably deserved to get a point out of that. So absolutely no surprise to see Apia behind, and Apia pronounced favourites pre-season, certainly struggling after 6 or 7 weeks. Certainly finding it a bit harder. Now Machinsky downfield has Ferris for company. It's on the whirling dervish. Beats another. Najima lifts it over the top. Machinsky, great save, Silva. Second effort has to be put away for a corner. The second effort didn't come in. The shot was a good one. Macarthur get a third corner. Can they reply to make it 2-2? Still 16 plus minutes remaining. Corner comes into the near post. Najima tried to backheel it. Still wheeling and dealing inside the area. Shot comes in. Happy Puckett. Not her strongest effort. I've seen that right on my screen. It says here Apia 0 Newcastle 2. I find that staggering if that's true, but Apia certainly tardy out of the blocks tonight if that's the case. Macarthur under pressure here. That is correct. Adams and Collins with the goals for Newcastle. So Newcastle leads at 2-0 after 6 minutes at Lambert Park. That is a massive turn-up. That is a huge result. So Arpia Leichhardt in a world of trouble, and that's on home turf as well at Lambert. Looks like Wanderers going to the bench once again. Looks like Amy Barker's number is up, along with that looks like it's Annika Stajic. A bit hard to see from our position, but Stajic and Barker putting in a solid shift of 75 minutes. So Scamadella, Vanderlaan and Hudson, the options available. Take an educated guess, one of them is Vanderlaan. Looks like her going straight forward. Like her on the ball, yeah, that's Olivia Vanderlaan in there, and also try and pick up the other sub in a moment. All into the area, headed away by Maniti. Staying with the play for the moment. Ball over the corner, taken at the back. Wellho did enough. At who that other substitute was for Western Sydney, and he's 32, Brooklyn Hudson. So Angelina Scamadella again missing out. We've got offside against Macarthur. At the other end. So that's a massive turn up for the Books. Arpia trailing 2-0 to Newcastle after only 10 minutes at Lambert Park. Nicola Pozda on the call there. Looks like they've been having some issues with the ball tonight. I think she's happy with that one. Stephanie Hilton, the referee. So we'll have a goal kick. Now Maya Lobo. Team are keeping the pressure on. Certainly has been an even affair. There's Olivia Vanderlaan. Scored at Arpia a couple of weeks ago. Now it's Fazari on the left. Trying to work centrally. Doesn't have a lot to go to though. Feeds it wide to the right for Chelsea Barton, pushing forward. That one across the face of goal. Vanderlaan watched that one sail down to the corner flag. Just stayed in the field of play. Now Najima will use her experience to get past Estella Cameron. Cameron wins out in the end. Now it's Hudson, chased by Madison Swatridge, who's come on in number 19. Shot comes in. That one away to the right-hand side. Macarthur making a substitution there. Madison Swatridge checking in. Try and pick up who the player was that was checked out. Morris getting it from Muchensky. Ball forward, trying to pick out Najima. Ferris. Cameron. Ball over the top was a nice one. Western Sydney still with possession. I think it might have been Abby Puckett who has made way for Madison Swatridge. across the face of goal from Western Sydney. Not far away, but sailing across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. So we're down to 10 minutes and change remaining here at Linwood Park. Macarthur Rams 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 2. It's Taya Michinski with a tap-in on 20 minutes from 3 metres out. Miriam Zemaya on 39 minutes found the bottom corner, and then a scramble saw Nikita Fazari put the Wanderers in front with 17 minutes remaining. Here's our 2-1 scoreline. And the grounds hasn't been a lot of change. 9 minutes remaining at Popondetta. It's Mount Druitt Town Rangers 2, Sydney University 0. 11 minutes remaining at Christie Park. It's still Gladesville Ravens 1, Northern Tigers 0. And as I said, that shock scoreline coming in from Lambert Park. 13 minutes, RPL Leichhardt 0, Newcastle Jets 2. Claire Adams and Alexis Collins with the goals inside 10 minutes. Certainly a big start from the visitors. Fazari gets around one. Still going, beats another, slides it across the face of goal, and that'll be number 3. Again, a tap-in from a couple of metres out puts Western Sydney in front. And they'll lead at 3-1 on 81 minutes. I think it may have been Elvina Koshaba. In fact, it could have been Kassar, I think. Kassar getting the tap in from close range. So Macarthur certainly with the task in front of them now. They've only scored 1, and that was early on. Now with 8.5 minutes, they need to find 3. It's fairly safe. Three goals, 3 points. That's generally the mantra, and I think it'll be the case today with Western Sydney certainly dominating this M7 derby. Lobo. Ferris. Touch on was nice, but will break for Western Sydney now. Vanderlaan takes on Hampshire. Hampshire sees it out for a throw. Looking to concede the throw there. Goals have been at a premium tonight in the late matches. Only 9 goals between the 4 late match starts. We had 10 in the 2 early matches, 6 on Saturday. So overall the numbers aren't bad, but 9 goals in the late session. Still a long way to go. Looks like Michinski might have picked up a knock there. She stayed down in the centre circle. She's on her haunches, Taya Michinski. Macarthur wanting the referee to stop play, but Stephanie Hilton not agreeing with them on this occasion. Najima, Callow, Kadmachinski and Corbett working forward. Corbett's been tireless tonight for Macarthur. Lovely ball down the line. Vanderlaan puts it on the left and only finds Chantel Maniti, who concedes the corner. Looks like we're going to have a substitution for Macarthur and Taya Michinski. It looks like she's picked up a knock and make her way to the sideline. Side to see who the substitute coming in is. Throw deep on the left-hand side. Flag up for offside against Western Sydney. Rudy, it might be Gabriella White who's come on, and we're going to see a final change for Western Sydney with Amelia Cassar coming off. That'll empty the bench with Angelina Scamadella coming on. Another former Rams player, now in other colours. Jima lifts it into space. Callow, can she run onto it? Lobo, shoulder to shoulder. Callow wins out. Ball back only finds Brooklyn Hudson for Western Sydney. Hampshire get enough to slow Vanderlaan. Maniti getting back, in El Cordy helping out as well for the Rams. Almost broke there. Ball from Hampshire. Morris couldn't control it. Scamadella. And they swing it wide to the left-hand side, Western Sydney, but that one ends up over and out. That's the halfway line. Shaba. Vanderlaan. Beat Corbett. Najima. Gets it forward, but Maya Lobo gets that one over and out. There on Corbett. Referee Hilton playing on. Vanderlaan, no foul, play on. Corbett quizzically looks infield. Fazari beats Corbett. Still Fazari to the edge of the box. Pinballs around, breaks for Fazari. Shot comes in, takes a deflection and out for a corner. Amelia Cassar getting another shot on target. Third corner for the Wanderers, 3 for the Rams tonight. Inside 3 minutes remaining. We've got a goal. We've got goals everywhere around the grounds. So into the 90th minute at Popondetta. It's Mount Druitt Town Rangers 2, Sydney University 1. At Christie Park, 87 minutes. Gladesville 1, Northern Tigers 1. And 20 minutes gone at Lambert Park. Arpia Leichhardt 1, Newcastle Jets 2. Corner taken here. The header not cleared away fully, had to be worked out by Luong. Eventually goes out for a throw to Western Sydney. Gemma Ferris having a word to the coaching staff on the sideline. Inside 2 minutes, another corner for Western Sydney. A bit of a delay here for some reason. Now to be taken on the right-hand side for Western Sydney. Can they put 3 away in the second half to seal it if it wasn't already done? The one pushed off the line by Coelho. Again, she parries it. Somehow it stays out, and we've got an offside call against Western Sydney. Somehow it remained out of the goal mouth. Didn't cross the line and the offside against Western Sydney. Into the 90th minute. Western Sydney Wanderers 3-1 leaders over Macarthur. Certainly not what you would say a clinical performance from the Wanderers. They've done enough to get the points tonight. Happy to head back up the motorway with all three in the bag. One to the under-23s as well. So a successful night for the Wanderers in the senior grades. Hampshire sees it away. About to tick into red time. How much will Stephanie Hilton add? Now Western Sydney down the right-hand side. Maniti getting a boot in. Sent away now Corbett. Long ball, not long enough though. Maya Lobo. Got that covered. Fazari. Gordy provides the pressure. Swatridge. Put forward. White. It's out Morris. Nice control there from Libby Morris. Tried to pick out Corbett, but couldn't quite get on the end of it. Hampshire. Najima. Looked hard tonight securing Najima. Now Corbett down the left-hand side. Tries to swing it across the pitch. Finds Najima. Corbett has a look. Finds side netting. So into the second minute of added time. Western Sydney about to claim another win. That will lift them up to 13 points on the ladder and put them right in the heart of that logjam at the top. Mount Druitt also leading. They'll climb to 15. The big loser out of today's Northern Tigers. In fact, they've got a point on the board, so they'll go to 13. Gladesville will climb to 5. Newcastle leading Arpia would go to 7. Sydney University and Sydney Olympic are the big losers out of the Easter weekend. It'll be a long weekend for everybody. Another long weekend with the Anzac Day weekend coming up this weekend. Next week, Macarthur's on the home turf once again, taking on Bulls FC Academy here at Linwood Park next Sunday. That's match of the round as well here at Linwood Park. While for Western Sydney Wanderers, they head back home to Wanderers Football Park, taking on Bulls FC Academy. There's a chance for Callow late. Tries to cut back. She'll get on the left. Not a bad effort. Did it cross the line? Well, it's been put away at the second effort regardless. It will count. We'll give it to Hallie Callow. A late goal for Macarthur. The 93rd minute makes it Macarthur 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 3. Macarthur 2, Western Sydney 3. Into the 4th minute of added time. Full time around the grounds. Mount Druitt 2, Uni 1. Keeps Mount Druitt towards the top of the table. Macarthur still fighting hard, even deep in defence. White turns it to the left-hand side. How much time have Macarthur got left? Could they pinch a point out of this? Maniti Everybody's heading forward in maroon. Lobo. That's the final whistle. Western Sydney come away with all 3 points here at Linwood Park this evening. Full time. Certainly not the most aesthetically pleasing match, but Macarthur goes down 3-2 to Western Sydney Wanderers. Full time here at Linwood Park. Mike Sheen signing off. Macarthur Rams 2, Western Sydney Wanderers 3. Good night.